It's showtime, folks.
Absolute cinema, baby! Absolute cinema! 3-2 Blackhawks win versus the Toronto Maple Leafs on Hockey Night in Canada, baby. Let's go. 3-2 Hawks win. An original six victory. A Saturday night victory. Does it get any better than that? Does it get any better than that? I think not. I think not. And we didn't just beat the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. We beat the refs. We beat the refs. Just some asinine calls in this game, especially in the high stick. We'll get to it later, but really, the Blackhawks they were not just playing the Maple Leafs tonight. They're playing the Zebras as well, and they still come away with the victory. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Big win for the Hawks. Improved to 9-5-4 in the year. 5-game point streak up to 22 points on the year. Top 3 in the Central. That's a playoff spot right there, man. That's a playoff spot right there. A firm playoff spot. Not a wild card spot, but a firm top 3 divisional wild playoff spot. Yes, I know it's mid-November. I do not care. I do not care that we're only 18 games in the year. Let me have fun. Us Blackhawks fans have not been having a lot of fun the last few years, so let us have this. Let us have this. Let us enjoy this. It well and truly feels like 07-08 again. It feels like 07-08, man. Like, I don't know if this team's actually going to make the playoffs this year. Like, it would take a lot over the course of 82 games to actually make the playoffs. But, man, like, we're going to be in the hunt. We're going to be in the mix. I think we're going to be in the mix all year, man. I think this is sustainable. The Central Division is an absolute gauntlet. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But I think you can feel pretty confident 5 teams from Central are going to make it. So, hey, there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance? Yes, I think there is a chance. We keep playing like this, man, especially, man, if we're still in a playoff spot come that Thanksgiving break. I mean, I think there's definitely a shot. But, no, a big win for the Hawks against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews-less Maple Leafs. Definitely one you want to come away with at home. You know, the Hawks had a bad taste in their mouths from their loss against the Devils. Probably a game they should have had. They probably should have got 2 points in that one. At least got a point out of it. Probably should have got 2. So you know they wanted to make up for that one, and they did. Going into this game, there's a lot of momentum, a lot of reasons to be optimistic heading into this one. Blackhawks get Frank the Tank Nazar back. Frank Nazar back in the lineup, and boy, did he impress tonight. Boy, did we miss him. I know he was only out 2 games. It felt like he was out for weeks, man. I miss that guy. I miss Frank the Tank Nazar. And he draws back in the lineup, and immediately you just see the energy he provides, the two-way play, the hustle, the bustle that he provides. He's Frank the Tank for a reason, man, and he was one of our best players tonight and definitely big reason why we come away with this win. Love to see Frank Nazar back. Second line as well of Oliver Moore. Love to see Nazar and Moore together. I hope we keep seeing those two together. Moore was great tonight as well, but great to see Frank the Tank back in the lineup. Rinzel was scratched leading into this one. A bit interesting. He's been struggling a bit of late, so I'm not too shocked that he decided to scratch him. Levshunov was scratched early in the year, and since he's been unscratched, Levshunov's been playing absolutely phenomenal. He had a great game tonight, so I'm hoping that a similar impact can happen with Sam Rinzel, where he draws back in the lineup Tuesday against the Flames and goes in a run. That's what happened with already. So we're gonna Glaze already played tonight. Don't you worry about that. We'll get to that later. But yeah, and then Bertuzzi was out of this game for an injury. So, but we do get Burakovsky back in and Nazar. So for the most part, most of our guys back in. Dickey's still out, but who cares really? Yeah, there's a big night ceremonial-wise as well. It was original 6 night, Tony Esposito bobblehead night, and they did a little original 6 ceremony before the game. A few Blackhawks legends there, Patrick Sharp there, Corey Crawford, Denny Savard, so a few Blackhawks legends. And they're honoring guys like Tony Esposito, Glenn Hall, Stan Mikita, Bobby Hall, and they have representatives from their families there. So that was pretty cool. It was a bit of a delayed ceremony. It took a little while to get going, but once they got going, it seemed like it was pretty cool. Packed house tonight. The UC was absolutely packed. It truly was the Madhouse at Madison tonight. The atmosphere of this game was absolutely electric. But yeah, it was good to see. It's good to see the Hawks paying homage to the history. 100 years centennial season, and I'm so glad the Blackhawks are actually playing good in this centennial season, man. Wouldn't it be nice to see a centennial playoff run? That would be nice, man. That would be nice. Anyway, getting into the actual game right away. The Hawks set the tone. They controlled the early pace. They set the tone. The first period was very strong for the Blackhawks. They were dominating the shifts, dominating ozone possession. You could tell they were going to get that first one, and we did, courtesy of a beautiful pass from Artie Party Levshunov to Ryan Green. Artie Party, with a beautiful shift, was dancing around the zone. He was moving out there, man. He's been looking a lot quicker lately, man. He's been playing with confidence, and he sets up Ryan Green for a seam pass, an easy goal for him. So Good to see Green FN getting the board. No, good to see Green FN getting the board. Ryan Green. Good to see him get rewarded, man. Like, I know he doesn't have the offensive numbers this year, but it's because his defensive game has been so strong. He's mostly been focused on the defense. So, but he has some offensive instincts, man. He has the tool. So good to see him get on the board there. But that goal was 90% Artie Levshov. He dominated that shift, and he had a dominant game tonight. Artie Levshov, this might have been his best game of the show. He only had the one assist. He should have had a goal in this one. Hell, he should have had multiple goals in this one, honestly. Betsy was looking for him, man. Betsy was trying to set up Artie, man. He was trying to get him that first goal, and he was close a few times later in this game. He was super close, but at least got assists in this one. That's now 10 assists on the year for Levshov. What is that, 10 assists in 17 games? I believe Levshov is leading all rookies in the NHL in assists right now. Somebody could fact check me in that, but I'm pretty sure his 10 assists leads NHL rookies. So love to see that from Artie, man. He's been cooking lately. Ever since the road trip, man, his game has just flipped on a switch. He's been phenomenal, and he is inserting himself in the Calder conversation. I think Levshov is absolutely putting himself in the Calder conversation. I think that's got to be my next article. My next article, I think it should just be an Artie Levshov Glaze article, because from beginning of the year to now, like, he's the most improved Hawk on the year, because he was not looking like this at the start of the year, man. Hell, I remember saying, you could go back to some of my early pregames, like, oh no, man, he might have to be sent down to Rockford. Nope. I was wrong. Artie took that personally, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. So I'm so happy to give that man his flowers. He deserves it. I'm glad he's proven me wrong. And not just me. There are a lot of Hawks fans who were slandering Artie early in the year, and he's taking it personally, man. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, says Artie Party Levshov. And he's been partying lately, ever since his birthday. Ever since he turned 20, man, he's flipped a switch. So yeah, Hawks got the board first, and yeah, they definitely earned that goal. You could tell that one was coming. Hawks had possession for like a minute before that goal happened. So you could tell that one was coming. And yeah, they kept controlling the pace. I think after that, they controlled the period, controlled the shot advantage. The Leafs do start to push late, though. I think the second half of the period, though, the Leafs kind of flip it on its head. The second half of the period belonged to the Leafs. They start to push later in the period, and then Nick Robertson, brother of Jason Robertson, ties it late. He outmuscles Louis Crevier from the net. A 5'9" little kid like that probably shouldn't be outmuscling a 6'8" behemoth like Crevier. I don't know, just saying, but Creevier's been solid. I'm not gonna blame him for one soft play, but yeah, that's a goal. Probably should have. We'll probably want that one back, but yeah, Leafs do tie it late. It's like with a minute left in the period too. Those are the worst. The goals that come late in the period. It's like you couldn't just last another 47 seconds. So that was unfortunate, right? Because I thought for the most part, the Hawks were the better team that period, but the last 5 minutes or so kind of took their foot off the gas and at least took advantage. So tie up the game going in the second period there. But yeah, second period begins, and this is where Artie Party really starts cooking. You thought he was good in the first period. He was phenomenal in this period, man. He was making plays out there, making plays. You could tell he wanted that first career goal, man. You could tell Artie wanted that first career goal. He was so close multiple times. I believe he hit a poster, a crossbar at one point. Kaiser. He passed the puck to Kaiser, and he hit the poster crossbar. Should have been an assist there. But then right after that, man, Betsy just sets him up. But no, right after the Kaiser post or crossbar, Betsy sets up Levshov an absolute T-low behind the back pass. A beautiful setup by Bedard, man. He was looking for him, man. And Levshov goes for the 1-2 fake and nearly puts it in on the backhand on Joseph Woll. It was so close, man. Just need a couple more inches. Just a few inches short, man. He almost had that first career goal. So, man, Artie was close tonight, man. I thought this was going to be the night. We saw that first career goal. I'm pretty sure I predicted it. And he was close, man. He was close quite a few times. Yeah, then Hawks get a kill in that period too. Penalty kill was great tonight. Penalty kill shut the Leafs down, man. The Leafs couldn't get anything going on the power play. The penalty kill was absolutely phenomenal. And then there's a little scrub. Connor Bedard, Easton Cowan were getting into it. Bedard was just bullying Easton Cowan, man. He did not have a good game. He's the guy who later in the game would have the, he put the puck on a play, which led to the Hawks getting the lead there, courtesy of Cole Dock. But yeah, he did not have a good game, man. Easton Cowan. It just feels like he's not quite NHL ready. It feels like it looks like he's still playing junior hockey out there. It looks like he's still playing for the London Knights because it's just no sandpaper in that guy's game whatsoever. Just doesn't really look like an NHL player. He has talent, but man, there's just not much of a toolbox there at the moment. I remember watching the World Juniors thinking, man, this kid, he's talented, but he makes a lot of bonehead plays out there, and this game was no exception. But hey, perfect for the Toronto Maple Leafs, right? All talent, all flash, and no dash. So really, Easton Cowan's really the perfect Toronto Maple Leafs player, now that I think about it. But yeah, it was pretty funny seeing Bedard just give it to him. Like, bro, who do you think you are? You even know who I am? That was pretty funny. But But yeah, Hawks take momentum back after they get that penalty kill. But yeah, you felt like the Hawks had a few chances to kind of get on the board there, especially Cole Vardy, but it came up a little short. You know, it's going to come back to bite them, right? They weren't able to convert a few chances, and the Leafs do. They take advantage of a chance. It was the Nylander line, the Nylander, Nyes, Robertson line was doing everything for them tonight. That was their one line. Like the Leafs were a one-line team in this game. But they do get a goal there, courtesy of William Nylander. I believe Nylander had the goal, right? Let me just check and make sure that was Nylander who had the goal. Give me a sec. No, it was Morgan Riley. Sorry, Nylander had an assist, but it was Riley and Ekman Larson. Then they set up Morgan Riley for the goal. Yeah, my bad. It was Morgan Riley, but it was all set up by that line. Really though, this goal should never happen. This goal should have never happened. Very obvious high stick on Teuvo Teravainen. I believe it was Nylander with the high stick. Hawks challenge it. Jeff Blashill challenges it. And the rest team, no conclusive evidence. There's literally a picture. You can check Twitter. You can check everywhere. I have it on my page, too. You can see it. You can see the high stick. It's clear as day. Same shift that led to the goal. The play should have been whistled dead. It was not. The refs miss it. Leafs get a goal. They challenge it, and of course, Toronto finds no problem with Toronto's goal. Little Canadian bias there much. It's like they definitely want the Leafs to win Hockey Night in Canada, but it didn't matter, man. It wouldn't matter. But yeah, no, the goal stands. Leafs get a power play. Hawks do kill off the power play. Which, by the way, I think is a ridiculous rule, by the way. Why instill challenges if you're going to punish a team for getting the call wrong and put them on the penalty kill? I think it's a silly rule, but anyway, that's a tangent for another time. But yeah, there's been a few sus games in the reffing this year, so I'm glad this one didn't come back to bite the Hawks. I was worried it would, but no. You know, Hawks get out in the second period unscathed and go in the third period with a lot to prove. Hawks take early kill in the third. Once again, their penalty kill stepping up, doing the job. Special teams are great for the Hawks tonight. Again, the special teams have been great lately, both power play and penalty kill, and tonight was no exception. And then late in the game, or I guess it was about midway through the period, Teuvo Teravainen with an absolutely beautiful goal. Set up by Frank the Tank Nazar, baby. 91 Frank the Tank with a beautiful setup. A little backhand dish to Teuvo. And he looks like 88 Showtime with this goal. Teravainen with an absolutely nifty, nasty deke for the goal. And he looks like 88. 86 was looking like 88 in that goal. He was looking like that man right there. No, beautiful goal by Turbo to get on the board. And good to see Frank the Tank get an assist there, too. That's his first assist in like 18 days, something like that, before his injury. He hadn't had a point since before the road trip, so good to see Nazar get an assist there. He had a great game. Fantastic game for Nazar. He deserved that point. And then Teravainen's been playing really well lately as well. I think that's a few games in a row of a point for him, I believe. So, yeah, good to see Teravainen get the board. He's been playing really well lately. Then Hawks get a power play courtesy of Easton Cowan. Actually, they don't convert on that power play. I stand corrected. They don't convert on that power play. But they convert pretty soon after that, courtesy of Colton Dach, baby. And tipped by Colton Dach from Louis Crevier from the point. So Louis Crevier makes up for his little miscue defensively early in the game. Shot from the point, finds Colton Dach for the tip and goal. Colton Dach, the better Dach brother, gives the Hawks the lead late. Love to see that from Colton Dach, man. He's been playing hard. If I'm not mistaken, I think he leads the entire NHL in hits right now. If he doesn't lead the NHL, he's right up there, man. He's been playing hard. He's been playing greasy. He's been getting the trenches, those dirty areas. Good to see him get rewarded with some offensive production, man. I think his game has translated really well in the NHL. He's clearly the better Dach. He clears Kirby Dach. I think we can all agree on that. And he gives the Hawks the game-winning goal. Thankfully, the Hawks last this time. Unlike the game against the Devils, that Sam Lafferty beauty should have been the game-winning goal. They choke it. They choke it away. Hawks thankfully don't choke it this time. They avoid overtime. Because as we know, the Hawks go to overtime and lose. So good to see the Hawks hang on in regulation and get the win because, yeah, in overtime, we know this team's not going to win. So you got to win the games in regulation because if we're going to overtime, we're getting 1 point. We're not getting 2. That's how this team works. So, yeah, that's points of 5 straight games for the Hawks. They proved a 9-5-4 in the year. Big win for Spencer Knight, man. Big win for Spencer Knight. He was absolutely phenomenal in this game. What was that stat line? 31 saves and 33 shots for Spencer Knight. Absolute cinema performance from Knight, as usual. We've come to expect that from Spencer Knight. So, I'm not going to glaze it too much because that's just what he does, man. That's just what he does on a nightly basis. So, a Saturday night win for Spencer Knight, and he cooked tonight. One negative from this game, though, no Connor Bedard point. No Connor Bedard point, unfortunately. Pookie's 9-game point streak comes to an end. He should have had a few assists tonight. He could have easily had an assist on the Kaiser. He had a play to Levchinov and then set up Kaiser, and then he hit the crossbar post, wherever it was. And then he had a play to Levchinov where Levchinov nearly buried it but wasn't quite able to get on the board. He could have had a few assists tonight, unfortunately. He had a few chances as well himself. A few shots on goal. So Bedard was great tonight. No points, but I thought he was great. But yeah, it is a shame to see Bedard's point streak come to an end. But hey, all good things must come to an end. You know what? The start of one chapter begins a new one. I can't wait to see another 9-game point streak come for Connor Bedard, man. Yeah, I think that ties a career high. If he extended the point streak today, it would have made it 10 games, which would have been a career high. I believe it actually ties the career high from last year. So that's okay. Bedard's he's gonna get a new point streak going, and yeah, all good. Oh, am I reading that right? I'm checking now. This is 5 straight losses for the Maple Leafs as well. So, and now they're below 500, man. The Maple Leafs are in trouble. You could see it tonight, man. They were without Matthews, but still, not a very structured game for them whatsoever. Wall was good. Wall was the biggest reason why this game was close, because like for the most part, I thought the Hawks were the better team. Wall kept the Leafs in it. And yeah, like that team's got issues, man. They have a lot of defensive woes, a lot of top end production, but not a lot of depth. And yeah, I mean the goaltending's been iffy too. So yeah, that team, man. I don't know if this is a playoff team, man. I don't know. Like it's gonna be tough for him, man. It's gonna be tough. Turns out Mitch Marner was not the problem, man. Who could have seen it? Who could have predicted it? Who could have predicted it? Could have happened to a better franchise, man. I can't say I'm that disappointed for him. Yeah, can't say I'm too upset to see the Leafs. To see the Leafs downfall. Like, oh no, anyway. Yeah, no, I'm not too upset about that. But yeah, I think that's going to do it on this one. That's all I got for this one. Hawks' next game isn't until Tuesday against Calgary. I don't know what is it, these 2-day breaks, man. But hey, let's savor the weekend. Let's savor this win for the next few days. And I think this team earned it, man. I think this win was earned. Good to see them get back in victory lane. The responses here from the Hawks have been strong. When they have an off game, they respond right away. I think you got to give coaching a lot of credit for that. I think Jeff Blashill and his staff deserve a ton of credit for that. So good to see from the Hawks. And no, for sure. Good to see them get back in victory lane, for sure. But yeah, we will be back Tuesday for a pre- and post-game. And yeah, until then, thank you all so much for the support. I believe we're at 634 subs, times recording. So really appreciate that a lot, man. That means the world to me. Like this video, share it around and with friends. And if you enjoyed it, yeah, for sure. And subscribe if you haven't already, man, to Be Up Memes. Justin Lynch, I really appreciate it a ton. All right, that's going to do it. I will see you on the next one. Let's go Hawks, baby. Hawks win. Hawks win, as Pat Foley would say. All right, see you all in the next one. Boop.